Hey everyone, I am so excited about this video. After the 4th of July, all the snack trays that I shared, I got multiple messages, multiple comments, multiple reactions to my posts about my snack trays. So I thought I would bring you along on building a snack tray of your own because you can be super creative with these, and you can actually do a snack tray for dinner or turn it into a whole meal tray. So I have a couple of secrets about them. So first of all, whenever we are going somewhere, it's super easy to make like a tray or a board. Sometimes I call them boards because you think of them as like a charcuterie board type of thing. And it's super simple to make, and it's super easy to make it look really fancy. So whenever we would go places, I started bringing these cheese trays like back in, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, and our friends were always like, holy cow, these are so good, this is over the top, like whatever. And it's because, one, I learned all of that from my mom. My mom is like the ultimate cheese board person, so I've taken it to another level with like dinner boards. So the second thing I want to tell you about it is it's a really super sneaky way to get people to eat healthy. So when it looks super fancy and you have like fancy meats that are like nitrate and nitrite free, nice cheeses, which a nice cheese is better for you than, like American cheese or queso or whatever it is. If you do like, Kalamata olives and things like that, like really, really nice things, people don't even realize they're eating vegetables, healthy fats, healthy proteins, and everything, because it's so good and it's super nice and it looks fancy. So people just tend to snack on it and eat it, and you don't feel super heavy after eating it. So I'm going to take it to another level. We're actually going to have this for dinner tomorrow night, but I'm starting now. I'm bringing you along with me because I go shopping on either Mondays or Wednesdays, but I'm going to do it on Monday this week just for this video. I leave the house Monday, Wednesday, Friday for work, so I like to leave the house once, especially now that we're in this whole quarantine thing, and come home and stay home on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm going to be making a taco board for you. The first thing I did is I actually went to Pinterest. You saw it yesterday on my stories. If you follow my stories, which you should because there's good stuff in there. But I start researching on Pinterest and getting ideas. So that's where I came up with the taco board. And I'm going to take you along on my shopping trip. And wait, I'll share my inspiration next, and then I'll take you along on the shopping trip. So if you want to see more, just follow along. Hey, okay, so I went to Walmart, as you saw. Then I did not film inside just because with my mask and the social distancing and the hand sanitizer and all of that, I just shoved my phone in my purse. I tried to film and it just didn't go well. So anyways, what I do when I get into the stores, I literally walk up and down the aisles picturing my inspiration that I found on Pinterest and thinking like taco board, taco board, taco board. I literally do that, and I walk through the produce and I grab things that would look good or taste good on a taco board. So all in all, I actually only spent like $11 at Walmart getting extra stuff. We do tacos so often that I have a ton of stuff here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything out that I could possibly use on my taco board. And I'll be right back. So here's what I got going on. We got corn, tortillas, beans, salsas. We have different salsas. I have guac. I have some stuff to make pico. I have some hot sauces. I have pineapple. I have peppers. I probably don't need these fresh peppers. Cheese, some lettuce. I have some almond dip, it's like a cheese flavor because I'm dairy free. I have an avocado, I have some chips, and I have some pork. And I think I'm going to quickly make some chicken because I don't have a ton of pork. And I'm going to try and make this last for a little bit of like a meal prep, but it's going to look cool on my board. I also just realized I have some jalapenos downstairs. The way to do chicken tacos is just to put frozen chicken in my Instant Pot, and then I just add some salsa, just a little bit on top of each chicken, and then I cook it for about 15 minutes. I am going to prepare my lettuce. I'm also going to make some pico and like a little bit of like a corn salsa situation, I think. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with the corn and the black beans. But, so this seems so excessive, all of this stuff. But the fun part is I'm going to put it all together on a fun board and just make it a really fun dinner. And then it's going to also serve as meal prep for the rest of the week for our lunches. Don't look at my weird lamp over there. We still have our situation going on. Anyways, back to what I'm doing. I'll be chopping, washing, and all of that for the next little bit. So I started this at 4:31. We're at 4:36. So it's not going to take us too long, actually. I whipped up some homemade pico, which is just chopped onions, chopped tomatoes, chopped cilantro, and chopped jalapeno. That's it. That's thrown in there. And then basically what I'm doing is I'm just taking things and putting it together and trying to make something that could go in like a little bowl or something like that to be a little topping. And this is only going to take me a few more minutes to get these warmed up, this warmed up. I might add some spices to this and then just chop some of this other stuff. And the only other thing I have to cook is some brown rice. I'm going to saute up some onions and peppers and then saute the pineapple with some smoked pork. So that way we will have the choice of chicken or pork. And then we'll also have all sorts of veggies to choose from and side dishes, which only take a couple minutes to whip together. And then this will literally be my meal prep. So it's kind of fun. All right, so here's what we got going on. Onions and peppers. I like mine kind of blackened. I don't know, I just like it. So that's going to get turned down. Next is the pork and pineapple. That looks ready to be turned to low. And then I have refried beans going pretty low back here. Sorry, this is bad filming. I'm not even looking at the camera. Next I have some water boiling. I'm going to put corn. And I'm going to put some black beans. And then I'm going to add this seasoning. It's going. I'm going to get my chicken is done. So I'm going to get my rice going. So I just put 2 cups in with like the leftovers from the chicken of water and then 1 cup of rice. And then I put it in for 22 minutes on high pressure. My dirty, dirty kitchen. These are all the dishes that I just washed this morning. But a couple are different types of trays you can use. So I have a cutting board. I have this big white platter. And then I also have this, it's kind of like a firework plate. I'm going to use this big white platter. We are going to start putting things together while the rice finishes up, and I'm going to show you how it's done. You can literally do this with like any sort of food. It could be hamburgers, it could be hot dogs, and the fun part is that people think it's really fun, so they might eat healthier foods. If you've noticed, none of this is prepackaged junk, it's all healthy foods. I also am going to use these little cupcake liners for the different like little things that we're going to use. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually decide what goes in the cupcake liners. So how I decide that is it's going to be things like the pico, some of these sauces, some salsa, some cheese, things like that. So I'm going to get, this will go into a cupcake liner. I'm going to get all of that put into the liners and I will be back. Alright, so I'm working on an arrangement. These are just kind of like the toppings. The reason I'm putting them in these things is a lot of them will like get all over the tray, but also since I'm going to be using this as a bit of a meal prep, I don't want like cheese melted to things when I don't eat cheese and things like that. That way it's all nice and separated, and I'm going to try and make it look pretty. I was trying to do a little swirly, but it didn't really work, but we'll see. Now I'm going to start adding all of this stuff, and I'm also going to add, I have the tortillas warming in here, which they're warm now, and then last will be the rice, the chicken, and then the lime juice. So I'm going to flip you guys around actually and just have you watch me finish this up. Alright, here we go. So we've already got like the little stuff on here. I've got my warmed tortillas, and I'm going to start with some of the bigger stuff. Like first we're going to do some chicken. So I've got my chicken here. I'm going to add over on this side, we're going to do some chicken. I might not dump all of it. We'll just see how it looks. We'll do chicken. All right, got that. Next is going to be my pork. So again, I'm just going to dump, what looks good. Because you can always come back for more, and that's the fun part about the tray. So the pork's going right next to the chicken. If they mix a little, it's not a big deal. I dropped stuff on the floor that I was getting. So we got pork. I'm going to fill that in a little bit. Next, I've got our veggies, which is just going to go right on the next side. Emmett, you're going to have to get out of the way. So, I'm just kind of filling it all in. Goodness, Emmett. And last for this side is going to be the corn and black beans. So that's just going to have about a scoop. Emmett, get out of here. Scoop full right here. So we've got that going down one side. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit. We're just going to fill it in. There we go. And Emmett will eat the extra. So I've got some limes that I'm going to kind of place throughout this. So I've got 2 there, but we're going to continue placing. What do we have left? We have lettuce. So I wanted to get corn tortillas, but they were out. So I got some lettuce to do like a lettuce wrap. So that's going to go right here next to my tortillas. I'm just going to stack them up. Sorry, I'm blocking it. We're going to add some chopped lettuce. Where am I going to put this? We might have to rearrange a bit. Emmett, you are not part of this. You've got to move. So we've got chopped lettuce. I'm going to slide that. I'm just going to slide it right on in here. So we don't have room for our rice. Okay, I got to figure this out. So this is how it goes when you're making like trays like this, is you just have to kind of move and rearrange and rethink some things. So these tortillas are taking up a lot of room. So are these lettuce wraps. Okay. So the rice, let me show you where we're at here. Let me see if I can flip it. Okay, I'll be right back. And done. Isn't it so pretty? So we have rice, chopped lettuce, lettuce wraps, tortillas, avocado, guacamole. I just bought it at the store. Salsa from the store, refried beans just warmed up, cheese, just chopped up cilantro, homemade pico, which is just going to be, chopped tomatoes, chopped onions, chopped cilantro, and some chopped jalapeno with some lime juice in it from the store. This was just quick in my Instant Pot, 22 minutes. You want 2 parts water, 1 part rice, so 1 cup rice, 2 cups water. That's what I did. And then I added some lime juice and cilantro to it. Chicken and salsa just in your Instant Pot, 15 minutes. Leftover pork with some added in pineapple, sauteed veggies, and then just some warmed up beans and corn. And then all of this stuff we'll probably eat most of it. But the really cool part about this is that I have all this extra going on, which is all going to be my meal prep for the rest of the week. And the reason I only put little tiny portions on here, it looks huge, but like this is my hand, okay? These are cupcake size. But I put little portions on here so that we'll eat most of this, and then I don't have to try and separate it or, just throw stuff away. It's got all these little tiny portions, and it'll be perfect for our dinner.